You are like whitewashed tombs, which look beautiful on the outside, but on the inside are full of the bones of the dead and everything unclean. Matthew 23, verse 27. Day 5 in Israel began differently than the previous days. It was a free day, a chance to explore without a tightly packed schedule. For the first time on this journey, I had space to breathe and let my curiosity guide me. After catching up on some much-needed rest, I ventured downstairs, ready to discover what this unique day had to offer. I asked the hotel staff for recommendations, and they pointed me towards Saladin Street, a bustling area known for its local eateries and shops. As I walked through the lively street, I was struck by the energy of the place. Vendors called out to passers-by, their stalls filled with fresh bread, fruits, and colorful spices. The aroma of baked goods and local fare hung in the air, tempting me with every step. At first, the unfamiliar sights and sounds made me feel like an outsider. But I reminded myself that this was the essence of travel, to step outside of my comfort zone and embrace the unknown. With that thought, I took a deep breath and ventured deeper into the street. I spotted a cafe tucked away in a quiet corner. It looked inviting, like a little oasis amidst the hustle and bustle of the street. I decided to stop there and have breakfast. I ordered a prosciutto and cream cheese sandwich, paired with a cup of rich, aromatic coffee. Sitting at an outdoor table, I opened a book I'd brought with me on the trip and let the world around me melt away. After breakfast, I set out to explore one of Jerusalem's lesser-known yet fascinating sites, Zedekiahs Cave. Also known as Solomon's Quarries, this cave stretches beneath the northern walls of the old city. Stepping into the cool, dimly lit chambers felt like entering another world. The air was damp, and the sound of my footsteps echoed eerily off the stone walls. This cave is believed to have supplied the massive stones used in the construction of King Solomon's temple. As I ran my fingers over the ancient chisel marks on the walls, I couldn't help but marvel at the craftsmanship and effort it must have taken to extract and transport these stones. The Bible tells us in 1 Kings chapter 6 verse 7 that the stones for Solomon's temple were prepared in silence, away from the temple site. It's a detail that carries deep meaning. In the stillness of the cave, I felt connected to that ancient story, reminded of the importance of quiet preparation before undertaking something sacred. Ever the adventurer, I couldn't resist searching for hidden treasures. I imagined finding a coin, a tool, or perhaps an artifact left behind by the ancient workers. I combed through crevices and turned over stones, but my search yielded nothing tangible. Still, the act of exploring felt rewarding in itself. From Zedekiah's Cave, I made my way to the tombs of the Sanhedrin, another site steeped in history. Finding the tombs proved to be an adventure in itself. I asked for directions from locals who seemed puzzled by my destination. After some wrong turns and a bit of persistence, I finally arrived. The tombs were grand, their entrances barred but hinting at the rich history within. These ancient burial sites are thought to have been used by members of the Sanhedrin, the Jewish council during the Second Temple period. Though I couldn't enter, standing before them was enough to spark my imagination. A short distance from 3 smaller tombs was a larger and more elaborate tomb. The outside of the tomb seemed to resemble a Roman temple, and I imagined that it must have belonged to someone of special importance. Maybe even a high priest like Caiaphas. I did not see Caiaphas's name, or any name for that matter inscribed on the outside of the tomb. It could have belonged to any of those venerable Pharisees or Sadducees who Jesus accused of being like whitewashed tombs, pretty on the outside, but full of rottenness and hypocrisy on the inside. Maybe Jesus and his disciples were even walking through this area when he made this comment. By the time I walked through here, the tombs were no longer whitewashed. I stepped over trash and broken pieces of wood to get to the front gate of the temple-like tomb. The inside was overflowing with trash, and flies buzzed from a large hole that looked like it led into a burial chamber. The buzzing of the flies, dried snail shells, and trash all combined to create an overall aura of death and decay. The rottenness that Jesus had perceived lurking just beneath the veneer of righteousness of those buried here had been revealed with the passage of time. Day 5 was a reminder that exploration is as much about the journey as it is about the destination. It's about stepping out in faith, embracing the unexpected, and finding beauty in the details. Jerusalem continues to reveal itself to me, one layer at a time, and I'm grateful for every moment of it.